Good day, everyone. This is Reb, and welcome back to my online classroom. For this video, we will answer one of the questions in Licensure Examination for Teachers, or LET Reviewer, on General Education English Usage. All you have to do is to follow this instruction. Which underlined part contains the error? If there is no error, just choose E. The question is, if the manager would have planned more carefully, bankruptcy might have been avoided. No error. Again, if the manager would have planned more carefully, bankruptcy might have been avoided. No error. So, what is your answer? Just keep it first because here is the rationalization. There are four main types of if sentences in English, often called conditional sentences. These sentences are in two halves, with the if part in one half and the other part where you can use modal verbs such as can, will, may, might, could, and would. Here are the types of conditional sentences: the zero conditional, the first conditional, the second conditional, and the third conditional sentence. The zero conditional. It follows the format if plus present form of the verb plus present form of the verb. Example: if you heat ice, it melts. In this type of conditional sentence, you could use when instead of if. It's always true that when you heat ice, it melts. This is why this type of sentence is sometimes called a zero conditional. The first conditional. It follows the format if plus present form of the verb plus modal verbs will, can, or may. Examples: if I am late, I will call you. If you need me, you can call me at home. If it gets any hotter, we may have a thunderstorm. In these sentences or first conditional sentences, there is a strong possibility that the first part, coming after if, is going to happen. The second part says what will happen as a result. The second conditional. It follows the format if plus past form of the verb plus modal verbs would, could, or might. Examples: if I got a pay rise, I would buy a new car. If you left your job, you could travel around the world. If you were nicer to him, he might lend you the money. In these sentences, the first part with if shows that the event is unlikely to happen. In English, we often use this type of sentence called a second conditional to talk about hypotheses or imaginary future events. For example, if I was the president of the Philippines, I would change some laws. But I know that I will never be the president of the Philippines. I am just saying that I would do if I was in his or her position. Note: in American English, it is correct to use if I were. In British English, it's more common to say if I was. The third conditional. It follows the format if plus past perfect form of the verb plus would or might or could have plus past participle form of the verb. Examples: If I had revised, I would have passed my exams. If you had told me there was a problem, I could have helped. She would have become a teacher if she had gone to college. In these sentences, called third conditional sentences, the first part of the sentence with if didn't happen. So there is no possibility of the second part of the sentence happening. I did not revise, so I did not pass my exams, and there is nothing I can do about it now. English speakers use this type of sentence to show how things could have been different. Going back to our question, if the manager would have planned more carefully, bankruptcy might have been avoided. No error. Which underlined part contains the error? But before that, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for you to be more updated with my recent videos. To continue, the question is an example of a third conditional sentence. The first part of the sentence, if the manager would have planned more carefully, didn't happen. So, there is no possibility of the second part of the sentence happening. The manager did not plan more carefully, so bankruptcy happened, and there is nothing the manager can do about it now. In third conditional sentence, it follows the format if plus past perfect form of the verb plus would or might or could have plus past participle form of the verb. In our question, we have if plus would have planned plus might have been plus ignored. Something that doesn't coincide with our format is this one, would have planned, because it should be had planned. If the manager had planned more carefully, bankruptcy might have been avoided. The correct answer is letter A, would have. So, was your answer correct? Comment down below for some questions and clarifications. Now, to deepen your understanding on if or conditional sentences, here we have exercises. All you have to do is to put in the correct phrases to form a conditional sentence. Please be mindful also of our underlined verbs. Here is an example. If he had studied harder, he blanked to pass his driving test. The correct answer for this is, if he had studied harder, he would have passed his driving test. Do not forget to comment down your answer and expect for a reply to validate your answers. You may tap the pause button if you need more time. Okay, let's start. Number 1. If we meet at 9:30, we blank to have plenty of time. Number 2. Lisa would find the milk if she blank to look in the fridge. Number 3. The zookeeper would have punished her with a fine if she blanked to feed the animals. Number 4. If you spoke louder, your classmates blanked to understand you. Number 5. Dan blanked to arrive safe if he drove slowly. Number 6. You blanked to have no trouble at school if you had done your homework. Number 7. If you blank to swim in this lake, you'll shiver from cold. Number 8. The door will unlock if you blank to press the green button. Number 9. If Mel blanked to ask her teacher, he'd have answered her questions. Number 10. I blanked to call the office if I was or were you. Thank you for participating. Please don't forget to comment down your answers. Hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for you to be more updated with my recent videos. Again, this is Sir Reb, and see you soon here in my online classroom.